Not too many people do understand why would we need a software developer and architecture person, especially like developers. They are very good in their jobs space. We do have different type of developers like front end, back end, so-called full stack development. They do understand programming. They do understand a lot of nuances of the programming, but not they do understand about the business aspect. And software architecture person can bring in a lot of things on table. He will bring in different perspective of understanding the business, aspects, especially on the financials part, especially on the pain points. What do the business fails to have? There are a lot of different solutions around the market which might not actually provide the solution specific to the business need. An architect is a person who come in space, make the bridging gap between the developers and the business and get it right on the track and get the exact delivery points. And he makes sure it's scalable, it's secure, it's coming back and expects the return of investment on the software which they did, and it gets the job done in a very shorter span and a very cleaner way. So architects plays a major role, which not too many business do understand really why it's an important aspect of having a person to get the job done. Prototypes are the recent time mandatory element of development. So prototypes comes in handy, which gives an understanding between the designers, the developers, and the stakeholders in common, and then we can each of us share the same common views that what we are about to build. And the design gives more precise perspective that everyone could understand what could be the end output. So prototypes are gonna be there, and it saves a tons of time, and they are the modern day saviors, and they're gonna help the developers a lot by the recent updates of Figma. There's a huge potential for developers to get things done really faster, quicker, and in a more effective way, and stakeholders get exactly what they're promised to get. APIs are like very interesting concepts, like it's called application programming interface, and they are the actual backbones of modern day development. So we have been using APIs on daily basis, like right from your Google Maps to the ChatGPTs that we use today on daily basis, as well as like Facebook, Instagram, all these guys, like they do provide APIs. So we can bundle them together, like we can fetch the data from Facebook, we can fetch data from Instagram, we can fetch the data from the Google, and then like put it combined together as a bundled product. It's gonna be saving a lot of time for different businesses. Putting as an example, let's say you're running out a restaurant and then you do have orders coming from different partners, from Talabat, and you're coming from Noon, and you're coming from Smiles, and all together they do provide APIs. And if we can fetch them all the orders together, put into a simple, straightforward application, it's going to save tons of time for the operations, and it saves a lot of time, and we can understand the exact revenues coming out from different partners in the same space. So APIs are the future, and it's going to be there forever, and it's completely inevitable. Testing plays a vital role in any business. Like let's say we are into a production, and we do have a bunch of orders coming in on daily basis, and then like I cannot afford, or any business cannot afford to have a product that fails on the midday of production. It's gonna bring up huge revenue loss, and it's gonna bring bad impact on the business, and it's gonna fail your customers, and in turn it fails the trust on the business. So without testing, it doesn't have to go on production. So always we do advise, get the products on staging, and once the development is done, go for the testing, and finally goes to the production. So it saves a lot of disruptions that happen in the business. So testing is a vital part of any business, and it's a part which cannot be ignored at any point of time. Choosing a tech stack for a business, it's a very interesting question. So all comes to the budget on the project. Let's say we do have a small budget and we do have a very small time. We can opt in any open source that has been tested and which has been in production for a longer time. We can choose something that is feasible enough with the budget. If it is going to be a long-term project and it turns having a capacity to scalable, and then it's going to serve for millions of people, so we should spend time into have your scratch work and they get it done in the right way so it stands out forever. So choosing a tech stack basically depends on the business, the time scale what we have, and also it is depending on the stakeholders, on their visions, and we can straightforward choose which one suits the best at that point of time.